JMIA, Jumia Technologies. So this is the stock that has gone from $2.15 to $70 in an extremely quick amount of time, and then gone from $70 down to $18 in an extremely quick amount of time. Now, they IPO'd not too long ago, about 2019, and I don't really care about the history of the stock, to be honest with you right now. What I care, the movement of the stock in history, right? It's important to pay attention, right? To understand if you've gone up a ton or down a lot, uptrend, downtrend, long term, all that stuff's important. However, right now in this video, I want to tell you why I do like the company's future based on what I've seen so far. Based on my preliminary research, this is not a full conclusion video on whether I'm holding these 50 shares that I bought yesterday for, a couple years or months. Right now, this is still in swing trade territory for me, right? So understand that what you see next week when I fully research the company, or a month from now, whenever I've done like the majority of my research, or at least more of it than what I've done right now, I will tell you more about what I think on it. However, right now, I gotta tell you right at the gate, I like what this company does. I love the e-commerce space. Absolutely love their area, their market location in Africa. The demand is going to be huge there, and I think I think they're going to benefit from a lot of things. Number one, e-commerce being better than the alternative, which is going physically to the store and getting stuff. And also, actually, three things, right? So you got the number one, their product and the product/service is better than the alternative. Number two, they've got innovative stuff going on, which is the Jumia Pay platform they have, which we're going to talk about a little bit. And then also the fact that Africa, a lot of the people in Africa, I don't think the internet, and a lot of the people in Africa are not fully open to using phones and ordering stuff like that. You know how it took a while for Amazon and e-commerce companies to take a hold of and beat out and become the number one over stuff like going into a store directly, physically? Africa is experiencing that exact same thing. It's not something that's peculiar just to Africa. This happens this happens all the time. It's called resistance to change, right? And this is what we're seeing. And it actually is beneficial for the investors, because we can get in before that happens, and we can recognize that, and we can look at the product and say it's better than other stuff, and it's just a matter of time. That's kind of what we're doing with BioNano and with Jumia. So if you look at this, if we look at the stop price firstly, right? If we look at the stop price, because I know everyone's wondering, is this a good time, right? If you agree, you're trying to determine whether you agree with me, and number two, is this a good time to get in, right? So if you look at the RSI, right? If you look at the RSI, you are now at 2781. That is pretty damn auspicious right there. Now, it's not a very mathematical or complex conclusion, but if you just look in the past, every time you're at 30 in the RSI, short term, there's a huge bounce, right? Here's your first example. Here's your second. Here's your third. Here's your fourth. The fifth example is not a great example because it only went up like maybe, 5%? Maybe a little bit more than that. But you see what I mean. 4 out of 5 data points, really 5 out of 5. It's gone up when it's at 30 or like a couple, like 30, 34 or 34 to 30 on the RSI this year. It's been an amazing time to buy. And you have now gone under 30 for the first time the entire year, to my understanding. Yes, for the first time the entire year, you're now below 30 on the RSI. This company is one that missed earnings. They missed revenue pretty recently. It was, let's see, when was the last earnings? It was... Okay, so it was about 8 days ago. Yeah, and we are going to go over that. But I'm not saying this is a great time to buy. I'm just saying, I did buy 50 shares at 1769, and we actually went all the way down to 1731 today. I wish I could have bought some shares then. I wasn't looking at it though, unfortunately. But yeah, I do think this is going to do well as a swing trade, in my opinion. We'll see. High growth goes down, it could easily be horrible. Make your own damn opinion. However, let's talk about the actual company now. E-commerce. Let's just do a quick rant on e-commerce, right? They're an African e-commerce company, and these guys have a market that's for the taking. That's theirs for the taking, man. Listen, you have to understand, to actually be a Jumia investor, you probably should understand why e-commerce and why it's better than the alternative. E-commerce is way more convenient and saves time and money. Literally, I mean, time is money, so it saves money that way, and then it also literally saves money because you don't have to use gas, you don't have to go to your damn car, you don't have to use a car to go physically to the store. You just order it, and the prices are the same. It's only a matter of time till e-commerce takes is more mainstream, adopted more in the mainstream in Africa. It's only a matter of time. Now, if we look at the financials and the market cap is looking almost the same as BioNeo's, actually almost exactly the same as BNGO's. They're about 1.8 billion in market cap. They're not profitable. They're not a profitable company. They're losing about, I think it was about 50. Let me go to quarterly here. They lost about 50 million on the quarter. Okay, so total revenue is 40 million, and then if you go down to total expenses, 91 million. Yeah, so they lost about 50 million. They lost about 50 million in the last quarter. So, and the EPS was like minus, it was a 43 cents per share loss, right? In the hole, 43 cents in the hole for the last earnings, and that was 8 days ago, right? That was for the second quarter. So they're losing a lot of money. Jumia's gross profit after fulfillment expense improved by 149% year over year, and they've got 485 million in cash euro. So, and also look at the Jumia. The Jumia Pay thing is interesting because this is a whole other thing I haven't looked into very much. But 37% of the company's orders during quarter one were completed using Jumia Pay. And the author of this article is saying the stock's decline presents an excellent buying opportunity for open-minded investors with a long-term time horizon. I think, based on my preliminary research here, I am the one risk about the company. The one thing that's really red flagging me right now is, and I'm sure if there's any Jumia fanboys down there, Jumia large shareholders, please explain to me. I'm gonna go research this more. I haven't done this yet. Don't crucify me, please, or do whatever. Right? But profitability. How are they going to become profitable? Economies of scale and getting discounts just because of large orders, if their sales were to increase and the demand for their services were to increase, that's not enough for me to believe this is worth holding. They have to have specific plans that are going to make them profitable. Like, are the gross margins going to increase as they get more, as Jumia Pay becomes more of a thing, or is it more about their actual e-commerce business? So I haven't found that yet. Yeah, again, keep in mind, I haven't even read the full earnings report yet. Okay, so this is still the preliminary stage of my research on Jumia, but I will say as a long-term investor, basing my opinion just based on their growth that I think these guys are likely to see, I like their chances. I think this is a company that the e-commerce, their business will benefit, their business attributes will benefit them in a huge way. Because it's better. E-commerce is better, and the African, once there's a little bit of resistance to change, once the resistance to change decreases, they're going to benefit in a huge way. I think that's only a matter of time. E-commerce, it's only a matter of time, and they've already got some economies of scale set up, right? Because Africa's terrain is extremely hard to navigate, and these guys are delivering the packages. They've already got all that set up. It'd be extremely hard for an opposing company to come in there and start taking some of the market share. Extremely difficult. Of course, competition is always an important thing. That's another thing that I'm going to be looking at when I'm looking at the profitability concerns and what the management is saying about that. But this is an interesting company. Right now, I'm going to end it by saying I like the e-commerce outlook long-term by and large, and I want to see more stuff about the profitability. Right now, this is still a swing trade, but it could very well turn into more of a long-term serious investment sort of thing if I like what I see and if the company has clear reasons why they will be profitable relatively soon and how. And if it's tangible and if it's realistic reasons that they're going to give, then I can see myself alleviating that red flag and turning it into a green flag. Right? So with that being said, there's a portfolio. There will be more. Let me know if you want more Jumia videos, right? I know that's not the most exciting stock, not the most sexy stock considered by most people. I enjoy Jumia. Jumia's fun, man. Jumia's had a crazy stock. It's been a crazy stock. It skyrocketed and then it absolutely just got annihilated, right? It was at $2 last year. Now it's at $18, and it was also at $70 on the 10th of February. Absolutely crazy ride for the stock and the shareholders in the recent past. So with that being said, there's the portfolio. Thank you all so much. This is not financial advice. I will see y'all in the next one.